Right, so here I am back in the house after a few months away, and this is how I left the floor. There's a few bits and bobs just lying in the room, but you can see it's untiled. And here I've done a test run of tiles, so I put 4 tiles down. They've dried up nicely and they're relatively flush. They're nicely attached, nice and solid. So I've got to start tiling the rest of the floor basically, and then I can repaint the walls. I've got the electric tubings in here. So yeah, that's all I have to do really. Tile, give it a coat of paint, and I can move back in. Just got another 12 tiles laid. Took about an hour and a half. I think my technique is not very good. I'm just eyeballing it and using the spirit level. They look alright, they're relatively level, the gaps are relatively tight, and I think it's good enough. Just extrapolating the time it took, I'm probably going to be able to do about half the room today, especially because I have to wait for them to dry, sort of harden a bit. So probably, yeah, the goal for today will be to do about half the room, and then tomorrow finish it up, and then the day after that it will be painting. Another little update here, I've done a full strip of tiles, but very low key pace, just taking my time and trying to get them as neat as I can, which is relatively neat. Obviously all the edges need doing, need filling in. For now it's just laying the bulk of the tiles down. So it's the end of the day, more or less. The sun's starting to go down. We call it a day there. I think I've done over half of the tiles. So tomorrow, most likely, finish this section here. So it's about 12 o'clock the following day, and I've done another section. Pretty quick going this morning, I'm definitely in the flow. All of the easy tiles have been laid. So all the ones that are square, basically. Now I've got to go around the edges and cut tiles out to fit and cement them in all the way around. Unfortunately, I don't have that many tiles left. Yeah, running quite low on tiles, but we'll see what we can do. Right, so this is where we're at the moment. Got some tiles loosely laid around the edges here, and you can see all the edges aren't filled yet. There's a few tiles back there, all the way around here, and yeah, some more gaps here. And so basically these gaps here are where I'm missing tiles. Once I've got enough tiles, I'm gonna cut them all down. I'll just cut them down and then get them cemented in. So yeah, let's get started on this. Okay, so I've got all the tiles cleaned up now. So I've got tiles that fit pretty much all the way around. Right, so a few hours later, grinding down some tiles. They're pretty much all fit now, all around the edges. They're just loosely laid in. I haven't cemented them in yet, but I've done the first row, and where there's any loose ones, I haven't cut anything. So I'm going to fit these ones and then cut the missing ones out. So there's one there. I've got 1, 2 here that need 3. This is a whole tile. A couple of slivers around here, and then on this end there's 1, 2, 3, 1, and this one here needs cutting too. Right, so we've mortared in all the tiles that we have cut today. It's about 38 tiles, so the edges are almost filled. Right, here we go. It's the next day. Just had lunch, and the room is fully tiled now, so all the edges have been done. If I go around, show you the whole thing. So all these corners are now filled in. Now it's time to do a little bit of plastering, clean the walls, clean and just sand them down a little bit. and then give it a coat of paint. What we've done is painted all the walls. They're all completely white, well, more or less. There's some patches like here and here, so I'm gonna have to go over them. We've also filled the bottom with plaster, so it's all neat now. I just need to go over it with a quick coat of paint, and the plaster here was drying, so I didn't paint it. Today it's pretty much dry, so yeah, gonna paint it. Coat PVA first, and then paint over it all the way around. And then this room is pretty much done. I need to give a few other bits another coat, like this peeled off, so I need to fix that. Give this another coat as well, and also sand this down a bit. I won't paint it now, but I'm gonna sand it all, clean it up. Same with this, just so that any dust I create won't go into the nice clean room once it's all finished. So I can keep a nice dust-free zone up here and actually pretty much move in. So we've gone round and painted, well, sanded and painted all of the edges. They're still a bit patchy, so they need another coat.
Mira, un electricista de España, el Nacho. Estas con estas. Oh, anda. Cortaba los cables, enchufaba y hacía explotos. ¡Bum! La luz cascaba. Bueno, pues ya tenemos la conmutada de aquí.
Okay, look, we've got electrics in all the different spots of the house, in all the little boxes around the house have electrics have been put in, so super cool. And yeah, this room is now pretty much done. Everything's painted, just painted this bottom bit twice and got a bit of paint on the tile actually, so I need to clean them up. But that's pretty much the last thing I need to do now in this room, is clean the floor properly. And I got some solution for doing that. But yeah, the room is looking super nice. Everything's clean and ready. So I sanded this a bit. I boarded this off. So it just goes down to there. So I need to fill around all the edges with plaster. I've actually never used plasterboard, so I don't actually know how you're meant to plaster the surface. I might have to do a little bit of research, basically watch a YouTube video on it. So the floor's cleaned, looking nice. So for now, that's it, and I'm gonna fill the room with my possessions. Okay, we got this room pretty much filled with stuff. We got it all set up, kind of crude, but here's the bed and a lampshade. Got a little curtain set up, so we're in. First night it was a bit nippy, but it was nice, satisfying to have it all done. We've also got the power sorted, and we've also got Ethernet cable. It goes up to the roof where I've got a modem, nice and high, so it's got a good signal. Because it's running off of a SIM card, so it basically uses mobile tower data, and then I can plug the Ethernet into my laptop, and it's high speed, cheap, and I don't need a contract for it, which is great. Yeah, everything's done in here. So this room's pretty much finished. I just need to put like a cap on the light, and I made a little hole here by accident.